break. We're checking in on that weekend forecast. The weekend is here for most of us, and you're going to see a few people out and about on the pier this evening. A little bit of fog. We're actually looking at dense fog out there tonight, so much so that there's a dense fog advisory currently in effect for the Orange County coastline, staying in effect through 10 o'clock. So we'll look at that in just a minute. Right now, we are getting a look at satellite radar, and as we do, you're going to see right here, looks mostly clear, but we are dealing with some fog out there, and we will continue to see it into the overnight hours. In fact, as we just mentioned, along the Orange County coastline, we're looking at a dense fog advisory in effect through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're also dealing with a few other watches, warnings, and advisories. You'll see a fire weather watch that goes into effect Sunday, and it lasts through Monday at 6 o'clock. Why, do you ask? It feels cool out there, and we're talking about fog. Well, the offshore winds are going to start to kick in Sunday into Monday, and with that, we're going to start to see dry, warm conditions, and of course, those offshore winds also propelling that risk for fire danger. We also have a high wind watch that's going to be in effect Sunday. It's going to last through 6 o'clock in the evening for the higher elevations in some of our valleys as well. We'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit. Sharon, back to you.
Evelyn, thank you. Sadness and anger in the high desert tonight after a deadly high-speed police chase. As KCAL9's Randy Page tells us, a toddler was killed when the pursuit came to a violent end.
Did you guys like the weather where you were?
I liked it. It was beautiful.
A little breezy at my place.
Oh, really?
Little bit of a breeze. So when that happens, it cools it down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a little colder than I'd hoped.
There's a lot of fog out there, depending on
a lot
where
of
you live,
fog,
right?
yeah, and that's still a factor in the forecast. If we look behind us right there downtown, it's a little foggy.
It is?
Yep. Yeah,
I saw that coming in.
Oh, there we go. Okay, good. There we go.
I saw that coming in, and I thought, could it be smog or is it fog?
No. Oh, thankfully, it's just fog.
Could you imagine if it was smog?
No, thank you.
We'd all be having oxygen, wearing oxygen
There was a time where you'd see
it
that.
Happens.
Before emissions, right?
Oh.
Anyway.
Right. But but good thing. It is not smog. Coastline. Fog's a factor now, but then we're talking warmer temperatures and windy conditions as well. So we'll get there momentarily. First, we want to take you to satellite radar. It is mostly clear in this shot, but I will tell you the fog is starting to come in, sometimes hard to see on this radar, any radar at night. So we're not seeing a lot of it there, but we are dealing with it along the coast especially. In fact, we do have that dense fog advisory we've been talking about. It's in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for the Orange County coastline and adjacent areas right there. So Huntington is included in this advisory, so is Anaheim, so is Irvine, and so is Santa Ana. As we get a look at your watches and your warnings, you're going to see a lot of light brown, that sort of beige coloring on your screen indicating a fire weather watch for the majority of the Southland. That goes into effect Sunday. It lasts through Monday at 6 o'clock in the evening, and we do have a high wind watch as well. So what's going to happen Sunday? The winds are going to turn offshore. We're going to see drier conditions and warmer conditions, and as a result, we are looking at fire weather, the potential for it, and there's that high wind watch that kicks in for the mountains Sunday night and lasts through 6 o'clock in the evening on Monday. You'll see for Orange County, it's also affecting parts of Orange County and parts of the IE, so not just the higher elevations. In fact, most of us affected as we head to the second part of the weekend. Winds right now pretty calm, but it is a little breezy in Santa Clarita as we speak, and as we take you through wind futurecast right here, you're going to see that winds are really going to start to pick up as we head into your Sunday. Take a look by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 22-mile-an-hour sustained winds for Santa Clara, offshore winds at Santa Clarita rather, 19-mile-an-hour sustained winds for Lancaster. As we head into tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, 70s across the board, turning to 60s by the middle of next week. Rick and Sharon, back to you. And we'll have your Hanukkah weekend forecast coming right up. And he came by the station yesterday for Chips for Kids.
And you were so psyched.
I was very excited, so we got to talk to him, and it was perfect because Hanukkah's around the corner.
Right.
And for us that celebrate Hanukkah, we don't have a lot of modern day Hanukkah songs, so it's exciting for us for this release. And we've got Hanukkah coming up tomorrow. We also have your Hanukkah weekend forecast coming up as well. So as you see right here, you're going to see a little bit of low cloud cover out there. Not a whole lot of it in this shot. We're seeing it more in the distance, but we are dealing with dense fog, and we are looking at a dense fog advisory that is kicking in, or it's kicked in to the overnight hours, and it's lasting through 10 o'clock in the morning. That's for the Orange County coastline and the adjacent areas. Spots like Anaheim under that advisory, Huntington Beach, Irvine, and Santa Ana. As we get a look at your watches and your warnings, you're going to see a fire weather watch in effect for the entire Southland. And to be more specific, it's actually going into effect Sunday. It's lasting through your Monday. We're expecting windy conditions, dry conditions, and warm conditions as well. And a high wind watch also kicking in at the end of the weekend, lasting through 6 o'clock Monday evening. Winds right now pretty calm, but as we head into the next few days here, things are really going to start to pick up, especially as we head into Sunday. Looking calm there, but take a look. All of the warmer colors showing up on your screen by 11 o'clock, indicating heavier winds, and that's going to continue through the 4 o'clock hour on Sunday, even through the evening hours. In fact, by 8 o'clock, take a look at all of this red, indicating 20-plus mile-an-hour sustained winds with gusts upwards 40 miles an hour. Take a look right here for the basin in Orange County tomorrow for the first night of Hanukkah. 70s and 50s in the forecast, getting a little cooler as we head into next week. And for the beaches, morning fog clearing up by the afternoon, clear and breezy, and then warming up even more so by your Monday and Tuesday, cooling down by your Wednesday. Rick and Sharon, back to you. Certainly good weather to go and do just that. We're expecting a warmer forecast as we head to the next couple of days. More sunshine, but at the moment we are dealing with some fog. At the airport at LAX right here, we're dealing with fog. In fact, it's so thick and dense down in Orange County and continuing to build over the next few hours that we have an advisory there. So we'll get there in just a minute. Bit of fog out there, not a whole lot showing up, but it is out there, and you're going to see a dense fog advisory in effect through 10 o'clock in the morning for the Orange County coastline. Then as we head into Sunday, a very different story. It's going to clear out, it's going to warm up, and it's going to get a little windy. Those offshore winds kicking in. As a result, we will be under a fire weather watch that will continue to stay in effect until 6 o'clock in the evening, and you're going to see a high wind watch also going into effect Sunday, lasting through Monday at 6 o'clock in the evening as well. Windy conditions, dry conditions, and warmer conditions prompting the warnings, watches, and advisories. Currently, winds are coming in at 10 miles an hour offshore in Santa Clarita, 10 miles an hour, and we're fast forwarding to Sunday where things are going to start to pick up a little bit in the early morning hours, but it's not till a little later in the day where we're really going to start to notice a difference wind-wise. Take a look. By 11 o'clock in the afternoon, or actually in the late morning, things are really starting to pick up. All of the red on your screen, the warmer colors indicating the windier spots. Then as we head to the 4 o'clock hour, and that's 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, you're going to see 20-mile-an-hour sustained winds in spots like Santa Clarita. And then as we carry on through 9 o'clock in the evening, it's getting windier. So Sunday night, a pretty windy forecast, and that will be continuing into your Monday. Temperatures out there currently in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, 61 Van Nuys, 58 in Pasadena. 46, a little cooler for Brightwood this evening, in Lancaster at 49. Your weather headline showing you overnight low clouds and fog. Yes, there's that dense fog advisory we were discussing. A fire weather watch going into effect Sunday, lasting through Monday, and a high wind watch also going into effect Sunday, lasting through your Monday. More on that in your forecast for next week. That's all coming up in just a little bit. Lena and Sylvia, back to you. Exactly, and we're not expecting any rain in the forecast, at least not for the next 5 days. There's a chance a little later in the forecast. So yes, it will be dry. We're talking a completely different forecast. Offshore winds, we're talking fire weather potentially by the end of the weekend. Right now, though, we're focusing on the fog. As we get a look from our Sierra cam right here, you'll see a little bit of fog working its way into the forecast. Dense fog, in fact, so dense that there is a dense fog advisory out there for the Orange County coastline, staying in effect through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. On top of that, a fire weather watch and a high wind watch kicking in Sunday as the offshore winds pick up and it gets warmer and drier out there. That'll be lasting through your Monday. And as we mentioned, overnight low cloud cover. Even if you're not under the dense fog advisory, it is still foggy for a lot of us along the coast and even some of us in the inland valleys. 68 earlier today in downtown, so we were right at average. Record number is 88, so we were below record numbers, of course. And over the next 24 hours, we're expecting 50s, more 50s, and by the afternoon, we're getting up to about 70. So we're a couple of degrees warmer tomorrow, and we are expecting a little more sunshine as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Burbank, 70 degrees for tomorrow. Ontario, 71. Lancaster, 66. And Oxnard, getting up to about 67 degrees. So we are dealing with a little bit of fog in the forecast. Other than that, that ridge of high pressure is starting to build over Southern California. And as a result, we're going to see those offshore winds start to kick in, and we'll see warm and dry conditions, hence the fire weather watch that's already slated for Sunday night and the high wind warning that will also be going to affect Sunday night, actually wind advisory to be exact. You'll see right here your extended forecast, your 5-day forecast for the next few days, showing you a warm and sunny forecast and then breezy to windy as we head into Sunday and Monday for the valleys in the Inland Empire. Tonight being tomorrow night rather, being the first night of Hanukkah, we are expecting temperatures in the 50s in the evening hours, 70s in the afternoon hours. For the basin in Orange County, 70s turning to 60s, a little cooler by the middle of next week. And I will tell you, after your Wednesday, we're still eyeing this, but by the end of the week, there might be a chance of rain. But for the next 5 days, nice and dry, nice and warm. In fact, mild and warmer by Monday and Tuesday. And remember, breezy to windy conditions Sunday into Monday. Lena and Sylvia, back to you. And we're getting a look outside, dealing with fog and then fire weather watch. And in fact, later in the weekend, we'll have all the details coming up.
You gotta look for it. Well, both beautiful in their own way, right? Something for everyone.
I want to be the one on the bicycle pedaling, lighting up the...
You'd like to be at the very top.
Yes. Actually, I think I'd be a little scared, but, you know.
Okay. Well, we got a little something for everyone, I guess, with our weather also.
Exactly.
Right? We're far enough ahead.
Exactly. We're on the cooler side. We've got some fog. Then we've got wind, a warmer forecast, fire weather, and then way down the line, there's a chance of rain.
Wow.
We've got everything.
That is something for everyone.
Something for everyone. So I think we can keep everyone happy or not, but we'll find out. We'll break it down for you. You'll decide for yourself momentarily. We'll take you outside right now. And first, we want to show you the clock tomorrow morning and adjacent areas, even Anaheim. Irvine included in this, Santa Ana as well, but Huntington you'll see right there dealing with fog. You'll see that on radar in just a minute, but you'll see your watches and your warnings showing you a fire weather watch. It goes into effect Sunday. It lasts through your Monday at 6 o'clock in the evening, and we are expecting warm, dry, and windy conditions. And with that, a high wind watch going to affect Sunday, lasting through your Monday as well. Until then, wind speeds pretty calm at this point, but we are expecting things to pick up as we take you through your future cast. And wind-wise, things really starting to pick up later on Sunday. By about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, starting to get windy, getting windier by the evening hours, and continuing to stay windy through 9 o'clock, even windier, 23-mile-an-hour sustained winds for the Santa Clarita Valley. All of the red on your screen indicating the windiest spots, and we are continuing to look at windy conditions through your Sunday into your Monday. Temperatures currently in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you'll see overnight low clouds, as we mentioned. Several advisories and watches in effect, a dense fog advisory now in effect, and a fire weather watch and a high wind watch. Remember, going into effect Sunday, lasting through your Monday. Average temperatures today, but as we head into the next few days, temperatures are going to warm up for your Hanukkah tomorrow. 70s, getting a little warmer by your Sunday, warm and breezy by your Monday, sunny and warm by your Tuesday, with a few clouds for your Wednesday. For the coast, 60s, getting up to the 70s, back down to the 60s. It'll be clear and breezy Sunday into Monday, a little bit of dense fog tomorrow morning at the coast especially. And I will tell you, we cool down Wednesday, and we are tracking a chance of rain later in the week. We will continue to track that for you as we move through the next few days. Lena and Sylvia, back to you. And we're expecting fog in the forecast, seeing it now, along with fire weather on the way. We'll explain coming up.
Then blink. Evelyn Taft with
It's going to be a good weekend, right, Evelyn?
Yeah, it is. I think we're all ready for the weekend. We're all sort of falling apart here. Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. We're expecting a little more sunshine. We are expecting warmer temperatures, breezy conditions, but we are dealing with dense fog at the coast right now. In fact, a dense fog advisory along the Orange County coastline. As we take a look at this shot, you'll see, I almost said downtown. See, we really are ready for the weekend. Santa Monica, the pier. A few people out and about this evening. It is quite chilly out there if you step outside, 54 degrees, and that's right here at the Broadcast Center at Studio City. Here's that dense fog advisory. It's in effect for the Orange County coastline and adjacent areas through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Expecting visibility to get down to a quarter of a mile or less. Then the next thing on our list is a fire weather watch that kicks in Sunday, lasts through Monday evening for the majority of the Southland. We're expecting dry, clear, and warm conditions along with windy conditions, making for critical fire weather. And we do also have a high wind watch going into effect Sunday, lasting through your Monday for the majority of the Southland as well. Currently, winds are somewhat calm, but they are slated to pick up as we get a look at futurecast right here. 13-mile-an-hour sustained winds in Santa Clarita by tomorrow, or excuse me, Sunday morning. And then as we carry on through the morning and the afternoon, it's only going to start to get windier. The red appearing on your screen in orange indicating the windier spots of Santa Clarita Clarita Valley. The high desert looking very windy as we carry on through the 5 o'clock hour, and that's 5 o'clock Sunday evening, getting very windy. Take a look right here. These are your sustained wind speeds, and we are expecting wind gusts above that. 25-mile-an-hour sustained wind speeds for Santa Clarita by Sunday night. So we will continue to track the wind for you. Tracking temperatures outside, a little cooler for Wrightwood at 47, Lancaster 48, Van Nuys 61, and Santa Monica at 60 degrees. So your weather headlines showing you all the advisories and watches in effect or going into effect. Overnight low clouds and fog. And earlier today we made it to 68. We were right at average, and over the next 24 hours, we're a couple degrees above average, getting up to 70 degrees for downtown, 70 for Burbank, Riverside 73, Irvine 69, and Oxnard getting up to about 67 degrees as we head into tomorrow afternoon. So temperature is getting a little warmer tomorrow, continuing to stay warm through your Sunday into next week. For your Hanukkah, a cool night tomorrow, 50s, getting down to the 40s later in the week for the valleys and the Inland Empire. For the Basin and Orange County, 70s, and staying in the 70s. In fact, by Wednesday, a little cooler, getting into the 60s, and I will tell you a little later in the week, we could potentially see maybe a chance of rain. But we are keeping it dry for the next 5 days for the beaches, for the deserts, and finally for the mountains as well. There we go. Rick and Sharon, back to you.